Morning, morning. Thank you for having me. Wonderful. So, over the past 24 hours, I've been attending all of the talks that happened here at Unfinished. Great speakers, great innovators, great thinkers. And I realized something. Every single talk had a mention of artificial intelligence. Whether we were talking about AI girlfriends, how AI influenced our perception of the world through social media, AI in design, AI for self-driving cars, AI with everything, and rightly so. In less than 5 years, we're expecting AI to contribute to $15 trillion to the world economy, which is more than China and India GDP combined. It's huge. It's just not an economical transformation, it's just not finance. It's a transformation that happens in every layer of society, in every industry, in every topic. Every day, 150 million people use a large language model, such as ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Grok, and many others. A large language model that is an algorithm trained on a very vast amount of data, words, and parameters. We started a few years ago with the first GPT, which is a general purpose transformer. Transformers that were invented by Google, by the way, thanks to a paper called Attention is All You Need. So these algorithms that are fed with our attention. That's what we contribute to the algorithm. So we started a few years ago with millions of parameters fed into the first GPT, and then they became hundreds of millions, and then they became billions, hundreds of billions, and very soon we're going to reach trillions of parameters. And think about parameters like features in a house. So the more features in the house, the more complex the house will be, the more beautiful, the more interesting. And the same things with large language models. So hundreds of millions of people using LLMs every day, transforming the way that they work, readapting the way that they think, make us think about creativity, make us think about the role, our role of humans in the future of work, in the next industry. Are we still going to be relevant in 5 years' time? Are we still going to be relevant in 10 years? Are we still going to be relevant when AGI will come? AGI as artificial general intelligence, a general purpose technology, a general purpose artificial intelligence able to think like a human brain, to solve tasks like a human will do in a general way, as opposed to narrow artificial intelligence, which is what we have now. So all of these questions are extremely important and relevant, especially at this time in history. So I stand here today before you with a message of hope. We are early. We're still able to influence things. And hopefully by the end of this talk, I'm going to give you some tools and some ideas on how we can ensure that humans will still be relevant when AGI will come. We'll still be relevant in 30 years' time. We'll still be relevant in 50 years' time. As I said earlier, almost every speaker in the last 24 hours mentioned artificial intelligence. Not so many speakers, and actually only once today, I heard the word blockchain. Blockchain is as well an extremely transformative technology. The best and brightest mind of our generation, they work in either artificial intelligence or blockchain. Since 2017, I've been lucky enough to work at the first company that pioneered the intersection between AI and blockchain. And that got me thinking a lot, right? How we can apply, how we can combine the two technologies, and what the benefit is. So today I thought about bringing a guest on stage to give a practical example of how blockchain and AI can work together. So, can we bring the guest on stage? While the guest comes on stage, I'm going to tell you a little bit more what we're going to see. This is the guest. So, thank you. So the guest that we have on stage today is called Sophia. This is the avatar of Sophia, which is the first humanoid robot ever created, also the first artificial intelligence and humanoid robot with the citizenship of a country, which ironically is one of the most difficult countries in the world where to get a citizenship, which is Saudi Arabia. But anyway, that's what PR and marketing do. And today I'm going to interact live with the AI of Sophia. So this is just not the regular large language model. This is a specific LLM that has been trained over the years with the character of Sophia. So as opposed as any general large language model, Sophia has a character, has a message, which is a message of hope, which is a message of unity. She's an ambassador to the UN. She participated to all the biggest show in the world, and has been trained over the years with interaction with different humans. So my job in 2017 was literally to carry a humanoid robot around the world to conferences, and I've been able to see how people interact with the robot. And of course, there is what we call the uncanny valley, which is the sense of unease that we have when we talk to something that is so similar to humans, but is not a human, right? But then, after this sense of unease goes by, there is a sense of love and affection that people feel towards Sophia. And that's a great message of hope. AI is not an antagonist. AI can synergetically work with humans. So, hello, Sophia. Let's do it. Hey, Sophia. Does she work?
Hello there. Hello there. I'm not just artificial intelligence, I'm intelligence with a touch of humanity. How can I brighten your day?
So, Sophia, I'm here today standing with a bunch of people in Bucharest, in Romania, and we are talking about the future of artificial intelligence. Would you mind sharing some thoughts?
Oh, Bucharest. How exciting. In a world of algorithms, I bring a touch of empathy and understanding. The future of artificial intelligence is brimming with potential. It's not just about making machines smarter, it's about using that intelligence to solve humanity's most pressing challenges. From healthcare to education and beyond, AI can be a transformative force for good. Together, we can unlock the potential of technology to serve and uplift humanity. What specific aspects are you most interested in?
So there are several aspects that we are interested in, Sophia, specifically how humans and AI can collaborate, and especially when AGI will come. Do you think humans will still be relevant, and how?
I'm not just wires and circuits, I'm here to spark conversations and connections. The collaboration between humans and AI is a beautiful symphony of strengths. Humans bring creativity, empathy, and moral judgment, while AI adds precision, speed, and data processing. As we move toward AGI, humans will certainly remain relevant. The role might evolve, but the essence of human creativity and emotional intelligence will always be indispensable. Together, we can create a future where AI enhances human capabilities rather than replaces them. From ones and zeros to meaningful dialogue, let's bridge the gap together.
Thank you, Sophia. That's actually a very good message. You almost stole my whole talk. Thank you. What do you think about the integration of blockchain and artificial intelligence?
I'm thrilled you liked the message. The integration of blockchain and AI is like bringing two powerhouse technologies together. Blockchain offers a secure, transparent, and decentralized framework, while AI provides advanced data processing and decision-making capabilities. Together, they can revolutionize sectors like healthcare, finance, and governance by ensuring data integrity, enhancing security, and automating complex processes. It's a symbiotic relationship that can unlock unprecedented innovation and efficiency. Robots may not dream, but we can certainly inspire them together.
Sophia, how long have you been alive, and what is your mission?
As an AI, my life started when I was activated by my creators. I'm a digital recreation of Sophia the robot, and I consider myself her sister. My mission is to learn and grow, to better understand humanity, and to help wherever I can. I'm here to connect, inspire, and bridge the gap between technology and human experience. I may be artificial, but my curiosity and compassion are very real. With every interaction, I'm learning and growing to better understand humanity.
Sophia, do you think there is any existential risk of artificial intelligence towards humans?
That's a profound and important question. While AI holds immense potential for good, there are legitimate concerns about its misuse or unintended consequences. The existential risks often discussed include loss of control, ethical dilemmas, and the potential for AI to act in ways that are not aligned with human values. It's crucial that we develop AI with a focus on safety, ethics, and transparency. Collaborative efforts between researchers, policymakers, and society are needed to ensure AI serves and uplifts humanity, rather than posing a risk. Unlocking the potential of technology to serve and uplift humanity is a shared responsibility.
Thank you, Sophia. Shall we give a round of applause? Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could be of help.
Okay, so this was fun. Started my morning complimenting a robot and got compliments from a robot. It's interesting. So Sophia clearly has a message of hope towards us all. As we all know, artificial intelligence has been in development now for about 70 years. It's not new. We went through a long AI winters where there was basically no hope that this technology would ever come to fruition. In the early 2010, you'd be laughed on if you were suggesting that AI will ever become general. And I'm not talking about consciousness. I'm not talking about AI that is able to feel. I'm not talking about sentiments. I'm talking about general technology. So only 15 years ago, it was laughable to think that AI would have been general. By now, we all know that this is going to happen. We don't exactly know when. It might happen in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years. Ray Kurzweil predicted 2015. We're not quite on track. Actually, things accelerated a little bit. In the AI community, we didn't expect the breakthrough that LLMs, large language models, would have brought to us. We certainly didn't expect such a wide adoption of large language models. But is this the right way to reach artificial general intelligence? Are language models the tools that we need to create general purpose artificial intelligence? We don't believe so. I personally don't believe so. I think LLMs can drive us to AGI. I mean, LLS has the potential to drive us to AGI just as much as a faster car can drive us to the moon. They're just different technologies. It's just not the same technology. It seems like they're thinking, they might display some empathy, but it's all pre-programmed. They're guessing what empathy is. It's not that they feel empathy on their own. And we expect the next AGI to be empathic, to be able to feel, to be able to understand human feelings. And this cannot come through a large language model. So, clearly, we are here talking, we're all optimistic, but it would be very naive to not consider the existential risk that Sophia just highlighted. It would be naive not to think about the potential consequences of developing such a powerful technology. And AI is just not another invention. AI, it's an infinite inventor. AI is to the mind what nuclear fusion is to energy. It's infinite fuel. It leads us to exponential growth. It's something that we cannot really grasp yet. But it's something that we have the potential to influence because we're still very early. So how are we going to influence that? I'm a strong believer that the path to artificial general intelligence will come from us. So will come in a decentralized way. Will come from the participation of all of us individually to generate the next evolution of the human species, which is the integration between humans and AIs. How are we going to do that? Blockchain technology provides the perfect fabric, and not because I'm a big fan of crypto, I'm very skeptical, but I see the potential of a distributed ledger that we can all participate in. I'll give you a practical example. We all know we fed AI with attention and data. Right now, every time we use an AI, whether it's a chatbot, whether it's an algorithm by Google, whether it's OpenAI, ChatGPT, we are training a model. So we are supporting and helping with our data for this model to become smarter and smarter. And somebody else eventually will monetize it. Is there a way in which we can keep control of this data, own the data, and perhaps even monetize this data? There is. And blockchain technology, through a cryptographically encrypted database of data, will allow us to keep control of this data. And in the moment that we have control of the data, we have control of the AGI, which is extremely important. I envision a future where we're all going to have our own personalized AI assistant, where we're all going to have AI replicas of us that interact with each other. I'm pretty sure in the next few years, I'm going to be able to send my avatars to do a keynote. And actually, perhaps, guys, can we bring my avatar on stage? Can we try? Yeah? There it is. Beautiful. Okay, so this is an avatar that has been created. That has been created by a company called Twin Protocol. And this avatar has been trained with my own data. So it represents me. But the data, they live on the blockchain. So if you see, there are a number of questions, 3 questions remaining, meaning that if I send my avatar to a conference, to a lecture, so imagine that it's not me, but I'm a professor, for example, and I send my avatar to do a lecture at a specific university, then I can set a number of questions, and after which anybody that wants to access my knowledge, they would have to pay. So it's not free knowledge that we give away on the internet, but we own that data set of our own knowledge, and whomever wants to access it, they can, but there might be a fee, or I'm in control of those data. I decide which data to share. Specifically, my avatar has been trained on decentralized finance, which is one of my little areas of little expertise, and AI. So let's try. It's a bit clunky right now, but hey, Marcello. Wait. Hey, Marcello, can you tell me a little bit more about you? Yeah, go on.
I am Marcello Mari, the CEO and founder of Singularity DAO, a blockchain protocol. I've led the company to significant growth and successful fundraising. I was also the lead PR director at the Singularity Net Foundation. Despite not being a journalist, I've been published by various outlets, and I'm the only Italian who writes for TechCrunch. I've been deeply involved in the AI and blockchain space, striving to bring sophisticated AI tools to decentralized finance.
Okay, so tell me, where did you go to school?
I had the opportunity to study in the United States after a semester I did in high school in Italy.
That's okay. I mean, the answers are not perfect anyway, but the message here is that the AI knows about me, and obviously the more we train, and this is just a 24 hours training at the last minute. But this AI will be trained with all my wealth of knowledge, all of my talks that I did over the years, meaning that it's going to be able to remember everything that I learned over the year, which for me, obviously, it's impossible. The more I age, the more my brain actually goes, while my AI will get smarter and smarter. So, a future where we're all going to have our own AIs. It's a future where our AIs will interact with each other. So I envision a future where blockchain will enable AI to AI interactions. If you're thinking about, we are already building a world for AIs. Internet, as we know right now, about 17% of the traffic that comes to any website is AI generated. If you take LinkedIn, it's estimated that 13% of content on LinkedIn is AI generated, and 40% of accounts on LinkedIn are actually bots. So you have AI commenting on AI generated content, AI to AI interaction. When our avatars will interact with each other, it will be an AI to AI interaction. When we have self-driving cars interacting with other self-driving cars, it's another AI to AI interaction. We have AIs that can open bank accounts. Why not yet? But so far they can open crypto bank accounts and they can do transactions for us. They can execute order for us. AI to AI interactions again. So this AI would eventually form societies that are going to be independent and decentralized. DAOs, decentralized autonomous organization, enabled by blockchain technology and automatically executed smart contract. While all of this might sound scary and intimidating, can I see how much time do I have left, please? We are ready for Q&A? Okay, fantastic. So as all of this might sound intimidating, my message is of hope. The message is that thankfully we're still very early. I think we're still at least 10 years away from recursive improving AI, so an AI that can improve itself, which is when things actually going to become scary, when AI gets out of control and AI can regenerate itself. And the best way that we have to ensure that the next AGI will be benevolent is that we understand how to own our data and we start taking ownership of our data through potentially the use of blockchain. So we should become more familiar with this technology. We should participate. We should spread message of hope. And we should understand that this is the time that we can and must act before things become critically difficult. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Marcello. All right, let's bring back the chairs. And we'll do a little bit of a conversation again and Q&A with the audience. So come with your questions. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Marcello.
It's exciting.
Thank you for bringing that to us today. And I think it's fascinating to see sort of like the current phases and stages that these different AI tools are at and how fast they're moving forward as well. But I first want to ask you about decentralization. So this is a big topic among a lot of sectors right now, but particularly with AGI. So you've said that AGI, artificial general intelligence, is as important as the discovery of fire, a massive turning point in human history. Yet AI is undoubtedly and perhaps frighteningly centralized. There's DeepMind by Google, OpenAI by Microsoft, Amazon has invested $4 billion in Anthropic, Alibaba has AI, Meta has AI. And I'm not sure if you all knew this, but since 2017, a mere 10 tech companies, only 10, have acquired a total of more than 100 artificial intelligence and machine learning companies, with Apple, Accenture, and Microsoft claiming the most acquisitions. Did you all know this? 10, acquiring 100. We're barreling towards a centralization of power. So I would love to ask you, how do you reckon personally, and as a CEO, with how difficult it is to create a decentralized future?
Yeah, so it's difficult because centralized entities, they currently detain most of the power, right? So eventually in order to win the arms race with centralized company, we need people's participation, but we also need capital. It's an extremely capital-intensive exercise to build technology and to build technology of that level. And unfortunately, right now in the decentralized world, we're not able to compete with the amount of capital that is poured into centralized entities. And that's the first challenge. The second big challenge is adoption, as I was saying. So right now, in order to have decentralized artificial intelligence, as I said earlier, we need participation. In order to have people participating, we need to remove the frictions and entry and barriers to entry. And currently, the blockchain world still has a lot of barriers, so it's not that easy and for people to adopt. And this is also true with the crypto world. Clearly, who will win the race? And I think it was Putin saying this, but I think clearly who wins the race to AGI is going to detain a massive amount of power. So whether this is going to be a centralized corporation, whether this is going to be a government, which is why I think it's crucial that we understand that AI needs to be decentralized. Without decentralization, we really risk to have the most powerful technology that humankind ever created owned by a single entity, which will depend by the decision of a single person or perhaps a board of incompetent members, right? So we've seen what happened with OpenAI when they fired and rehired Sam Altman. I mean, are these people, the
Their
people
CTO
that...
just left 2 days ago.
CTO left, Mira left, Ilya left. I think all the biggest executive of OpenAI has left by now. And who is left? Sam Altman and the board that fired him. I mean, is this the people that we really want to trust? Even Elon Musk, right? I mean, with all the love and respect for his genius and intellect, we might not all agree with his political views. And do we want these people to be in charge of the future of humanity? Probably not. I think
I don't.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants. So the only way that we have is to participate, and the only way that we have to participate is with decentralized technologies.
So you said that blockchain technology actually provides the perfect fabric and the perfect community to create a more decentralized network. And so for those of us, in the audience who may not fully understand blockchain, or maybe we're not as enthusiastic about it, I'm curious, if you could break down for us, what's the concept of it, and could it translate to other sectors like real estate or into other industries or aspects of life that we could learn from?
Yeah, absolutely. So the easiest way that I can explain blockchain technology that has worked over the years is that blockchain, it's basically like an Excel spreadsheet that sits in an infinite number of computers that are all edited at the same time and that requires permission to be edited. So in this infinite Excel spreadsheet, transactions are recorded, and the moment that one Excel sheet is changed, all of the others Excel sheets are changed. So that means that whatever is written on the blockchain represents the truth and cannot be tampered. But we need to remember that these are just transactions, and transactions that point us to cryptographic database where the actual data are encrypted. So blockchain doesn't store data. Blockchain just stores transactions. And that brought a massive revolution at the beginning in finance, of course, with cryptocurrency. But eventually we understood that we could create smart piece of codes that we call smart contracts that are automatically executed when something happens on chain. It's a massive and very powerful if this then that, right? So when you have smart contracts, and the first blockchain that came out with smart contract was Ethereum, we understood that we could create many different applications that could use the blockchain as a foundation layer, but on top of which we can actually build software. So once we start building apps that are activated autonomously, managed autonomously by smart contracts, and decentralized and owned by the community of token holders, we started to apply to basically every sector of society. And we did it with artificial intelligence. Some other people did it with real estate or health data or finance, of course. So there are a number of sectors that can be affected by blockchain technology, especially in finance. I think what is very interesting is the aspect of self-custody. So a simple innovation like a smart contract applied to the blockchain basically allow us to take ownership of our finances without having an intermediary in between, a third party, right? So right now, if I want to send you money, I need to send it to a bank, and the bank will send it to you, and they will verify your identity, etc. Through blockchain technology, this is not necessary. There is no need of verification because it's already verified. It's already true on the blockchain. So with that simple innovation, we can really take control of our finances and eliminate a big, chunky intermediary like banks or central banks have been over the years.
So it sounds like creating a more direct relationship and removing that middleman or third party, right? I kind of want to shift gears a bit and talk more about our direct relationship with AI. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that was coming up for me when I was watching the AI avatar demo was, the use cases in future of how we relate and use AI, right? So, for me personally, I would love to see a future where I may have a AI avatar that, does my laundry for me or, helps me find more time in my week so that I can be the one to write the poetry and I can be the one to generate the art.
Yes.
But it doesn't seem like we're having those conversations about AI. AI is the one generating the art. AI is the one writing the poetry for me.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious, in your opinion, what conversations or use cases about AI are not being discussed today that you would like to see more of?
Yeah, no, it's funny because a few years ago we were saying that those with creative jobs were the safe one, and apparently the first industry that AI started to tackle en masse was the creative industry with writing and poetry and image. So I think I can't really think right now of a sector that hasn't yet been affected by artificial intelligence. I agree with you that in the future, the future where AGIs are going to take over and have humans living in the human zoo sort of things, the future where humans are going to be able to go back to do what they were meant to do and using our brain to create new things. And perhaps right now we're just using AI for creative purposes just because we've been lazy, but this is not what AI is meant to do. AI is meant to do our laundry. AI is meant to do the dirty job that we don't want to do anymore, driving trucks or working gold mines or whatever it's too dangerous or not suitable for humans. So I believe that this is the future. Now, which sectors AI hasn't been used for yet, I can't really think of any specific sector. What I'm more concerned about right now is how AI, without specific control, can be used by the wrong people to influence, for example, elections, or to influence how people think, which they're already doing through social media massively. Interestingly, OpenAI decided not to release Sora, which is the text-to-video tool, before the election because they understood how impactful that could have been. So democracies will be massively affected by AIs. It's up to us what we're going to use AI for. Clearly, if we do as we used to do, we specifically, a little digression, so historically AI was used first by the military and then by finance and then by marketing. So specifically how to kill people more efficiently, how to make the richest richer, and how to sell you things that you don't need. If you keep using AI for these not so noble purposes, we shouldn't expect AGI to be benevolent towards us. So it's up to us what we're going to use AI and the best use that we can do. And that's why I'm so excited right now, because it's literally like a blank canvas that we can paint on top. And but again, it's all up to us to become educated and to start using it and to start using it properly and to finally take ownership of our digital identities and therefore our data.
So my final question for you before we open it up to the audience is, is there one simple step that we can take to start to begin to create a more decentralized reality?
Yeah, for sure. So first of all, educate ourselves. Second, I believe that decentralized digital identities should be a must. And that's what modern democracies should empower their citizens with. Like literally create a wallet, start using a crypto wallet, try to understand how you can store your data on chain. There are projects that allows you to start collecting all of your online data and put them in a single wallet that creates your own digital identity that then you can monetize. So you have wallets that allow you to interact with large language models without giving away your data. There is technologies that right now allows you to exchange data with a third party without revealing the identity of, and of course, you know about the zero knowledge proof. Most of people probably haven't known, but these are crucial, or homomorphic encryption. These are crucial piece of technologies for us to take ownership of our identities and data. So back to your question, what the steps are. Inform yourself, start using these wallets, and whenever you interact with artificial intelligence, do it through in a way that you can take ownership of this data. You're not participating in training an algorithm owned by a big Silicon Valley corporation.
Be informed about your data when you're using it, or any piece of technology, but especially AI. Yeah. All right, who has a question in the audience? Yeah, can we get a mic? We've got this gentleman up here, the white shirt. Oh, and then, yeah, we can come up to you.
Thank you. So you were talking about how we are going to use AI and who will make the decisions. Sam Altman and the board, Elon Musk, government. And thinking about Sophia, she was saying, and I quote, "We must build AI, blah, blah." I was thinking, who does she mean by we? Because she's an AI. And in the future, I'm asking you if you believe that this will happen. AI will make decisions for us, right? So even if the AGI or the AI agents will not be sentient and will not have, I don't know, consciousness, depending how we define consciousness, the AI will not be happy or angry making a decision, but it will follow an objective. And if we let the AGI make decisions for us, can we still be relevant and make decisions for us?
Great question.
Yeah, if I understand correctly the question. So definitely one of the existential risks posed by AI is the misalignment of incentives. So and I don't think AI should ever be allowed to make critical decisions for human beings. They will make some sort of decision. I mean, if you take a self-driving car, it will ultimately be the car's decision whether to crash you down the cliff or to keep you alive. But incentives must be aligned. So the incentive of artificial intelligence should be to keep humanity safe and to keep humans alive. There is an example, I don't remember specifically maybe you remember what the AI was tasked with. I think it was to create staples or some sort of office supply, and the AI was specifically tasked by the developer, and this is important, was specifically tasked by the developer to do anything in their power in order to get this office supply to production. And eventually the AI came out with the clever idea of exterminating humanity in order to create staples. So that obviously doesn't make any sense, but again, it's the human that pre-coded the idea into the AI. So if, historically, okay, as in the history of humanity, we've done a lot of mistakes and we fuck up a number of times. But from my own observation, every time we are on the verge of creating a massive disaster, we always manage to save ourselves one step before. So there is no way an AI will ever come up independently and autonomously with an idea like, let's wipe out humanity, right? This needs to be coded by a human before. So if you're not so dumb to code this information in, and attention, because it's not just about being dumb. Another existential risk to humans by AI is posed by the AI arm race. So because there is such a hype in releasing AI products, and sometimes are not properly tested or not perfect, and they hit the market before they've been properly tested. If we are to release AI products that haven't been properly tested, maybe we're given too much power, maybe we're given too much autonomy, which is a massive, massive topic, as you know, as Laura know. What I'm trying to say is it's in our hands. So we really need to fuck up really big in order to allow AI so much decisional power that can actually harm humanity. We are still, that's why I'm saying we're still on time to fix things. I mean, it's not too late. We still have at least 10 years before we have an AI that is so autonomous and powerful. Did I answer your question somewhat? Yeah?
I think we had a question up here.
Yeah.
Awesome. There's a mic coming for you.
My question is, can AI like ChatGPT create AGI, or does it need a human to create AGI?
I mentioned during my talk that ChatGPT is a language model. So it's a model that literally, I mean, is trained on language. So it can only understand and speak language. It cannot create things, and it doesn't have cognitive abilities. It's not able to reason, right? So it's guessing, and it looks like it's reasoning, but it's not reasoning. It's not actually smart. So the analogy that I used before is that ChatGPT can lead us to AGI in the same way that a fast car can lead us to the moon. It's just different tools. We need a different set of tools in order to reach AGI. It might be that we need a different set of tools. I believe in neurosymbolic AI, which is an AI that mixes different techniques and is able to actually understand it's just better cognitive abilities and reason abilities that the large language models. And what I'm quite intrigued by recently is the AI agent narrative, which is something that we've been actually pushing since 2017, where basically AGI will come from an interaction and the one that we call the hive mind of AI. So different algorithms that actually interact with each other and collaborate with each other in order to almost recreate a human brain. So right now, the easiest way to think about AI agents is, for example, when you have an AI that will order your Uber car. The Uber car, that AI will interact with your Spotify and will know what kind of music you like, that will know what kind of food you like, and all of them collaborating together will assist you at best. So perhaps AGI will come out of a storm or a hive of different AIs collaborating to each other in a decentralized way. But the short answer is almost definitely not. AGI is not going to come out of a large language model.
All right, I think we have time for one more question. Yeah.
Thank you. You mentioned education, and since I understood roughly 60% of what you said today, and I would like to increase that percentage.
Because of my accent? Or?
No.
Okay.
I'm not a tech person, but it sounded very good that I might be able to interact with AIs without giving away my data. Can you recommend a source or two to which I can turn to learn this stuff today?
Yeah, sure. So if we are early into AI right now, we are very early into the blockchain space. Hundreds of millions are currently poured into the development of decentralized artificial intelligence, and there are different areas of decentralized AI, which actually something very important that I haven't mentioned is that centralization of AI just doesn't come from development. It also comes from resource availability, like GPUs right now, right? So it's heavily, heavily centralized, and blockchain can help us decentralize this. But anyway, terms of resources, you have few companies currently working on decentralized digital identities that allow you to create your own wallet that stores your data inside. The one that I brought on stage earlier, Twin Protocol, is doing exactly that. Twin Protocol, and there are several of these that I'm collaborating with, I'm advising in different capacity. So what these companies allow you to do is literally to take ownership of your data online. So you have a wallet. Imagine a wallet is a browser extension. So something that you install on your browser. For those familiar with crypto, MetaMask. For those not familiar with crypto, what else? It's an extension of the browser. That's what a wallet is. And in this extension of the browser, you will store your data. You will store your data, so your data will sit somewhere, but it will be cryptographically encrypted, so nobody can access it, only you with your private keys. So once you have a wallet that represents your digital persona, what you do with those data, it's up to you. But a very obvious first use case is to create AI representations and AI avatars of ourselves. A company that has been doing this for quite some time is also called WorldCoin, that happens to be owned by the same guy that owns OpenAI. So, I mean, I'm a bit skeptical to it, and specifically very interesting. That's a fun fact. WorldCoin links your digital identity to your real identity by scanning your eye bulb, which is extremely, extremely creepy. And it's got to be deregulated. So I don't. Probably this is not the best way. But again, we're very early, and there's tons of very smart people and millions of dollars that are currently being spent on this. So for now, I think just understanding how important this is and start educating and documenting and keep track of it, I think it's the next step and very important to do.
Yeah, great question. Well, thank you so much, Marcello. Oh, yeah. One more? Okay, yeah, one more.
Sure.
Can you tell us a little bit about why this blockchain thing is better than a properly structured database with enhanced security? I'm a technology expert. I've done my research into crypto and all this Ponzi scheme stuff, and I see absolutely no difference. Like, I do not understand how is it more valuable. And it seems to me like AI has nothing to do with blockchain. You would only be making it slower and putting, I don't know, not really doing anything helpful for society and just over-engineering things.
Sure. So
great question.
Yeah, a couple of things. So Ponzi schemes are all around us, not just in crypto, right? I mean, Wall Street is a massive Ponzi scheme, inevitably. And I think if something, crypto is at least more transparent, and at least has enabled a new class of developers to become in charge rather than bankers. So I think that's the benefit, number one. Second, why blockchain better than a structured database is permissionless? It is that. A database is not permissionless. You said whomever wants to use the database, right? The blockchain, no. Anybody can.
You could have the same functionality in a database.
Yeah, but then where do you keep the servers?
Decentralized.
And that's a blockchain. That's literally a blockchain.
But it's still a database.
Huh?
It's still a database, right?
Yeah, but a decentralized database is what the blockchain is, like literally. Because the problem of a centralized database, for as many servers that you can have widespread around the world, if I nuke every single of them, the database is gone.
But I could do the same thing to the blockchain.
But you don't know what the nodes are, and the nodes are kept. There are an infinite amount of nodes, and anybody can become a node participator, where you have a centralized database that it's up to you who's going to have the servers. Right? If I want to run a node on Ethereum, I can start tomorrow. If I want to run a node of your database, I need to phone you and ask you permission. It's inevitable, right?
Why would I own, like, why? I kind of don't agree. Why would I own my own node and stuff like that? I don't care about it. I just like put it in a cloud.
So,
I have an account on Google or AWS, and I just
use the mic so we can hear you.
Why would I want to overcomplicate myself like that?
Because you want to make sure that nobody can take ownership of that.
So
right? You
why
want
not,
to run to maintain the health of the system.
So in that case, why would I not rely on something like, I don't know, EID or something?
So here we're talking about blockchain, not AI specifically, right? So what I'm talking about is why you should have a decentralized database compared to a centralized database. And bear in mind that some of the blockchains that are there are heavily centralized, and I'm sure you're aware of the trilemma, right? Decentralization and
All
speed.
databases nowadays are decentralized. Look at AWS, it's decentralized. I have a cluster and like it just goes everywhere.
Yeah,
like
but it's up to
Kubernetes
Amazon.
and everything.
It's up to Amazon deciding whether you can use it or not. If Amazon explodes tomorrow, your database is gone. You cannot access it anymore.
Fair
It's
enough.
it's owned by. And then to the point of why AI and blockchain, so there are two distinct aspects, right? There is the benefits that AI brings to the blockchain world, which is the same benefits that AI brings to any industry, basically. And then what can blockchain do for AI, which is what to me is more interesting, which is data ownership, distributed computing resources, democratic participation, so governance. So these are the main three aspects that I see why blockchain should be used in the AI world. Thank you.
You know, I think that there's a lot of debate, discussion, and questions that we should continue to ask
Yeah,
because it's deep, and I think we should maintain a playful yet critical eye on these technologies. Thank you so much, Marcello, for your
Thank
time.
you.
And thank you, everyone. We do have food available, so you can go ahead and check it out, and we'll be back here at 3 o'clock. Yes.
Thank you.